Um, this beautiful morning, I'm happy to be with you to address a little issue about the Nigerian situation. My concern this day is about the issue of Nigerians, most especially the younger generation of the country, trying to go viral to demonstrate on the issues that are happening within the political economy of the country. I just want to give us these little tips, most especially the young people. In our dear country today, although things are getting more difficult, the economic challenges are that tough. The changes in the government have brought a lot of hardship on life, on households and families. And young generation people have found it very difficult to even feed themselves, to go to school, to have financial buoyancy, have economy and business. And it's very difficult for them to get employment. Yeah, really, that's a very bad thing. It's a very bad development in economy. But I just want to give us these tips. Learned people will always tell you that half of a bread is better than not having at all. And if you have a little thing in your country, things that have been going too bad, we need to do a lot of things in democracy to stabilize the economy. Of course, it's that challenging and it's too critical and bad. But then, for us to demonstrate, to go viral, to go violent, is very bad thing for us to have in a country where there are a lot of heterogeneity and there are a lot of differences, a lot of problems lying on ground. And one of those things is if we think the relative peace we are having is such kind of a thing we don't cherish, we want to go and demonstrate. And because of demonstration, protesting, we intend to have a peaceful demonstration, but it's likely going to be very violent in nature. Looking at the situation on ground, we have not resolved the issue of Boko Haram. Who knows, elements of Boko Haram could come into the violence and turn it into a serious issue. Who knows what will happen with the IPOP people? How will they feel? How will they come in to demonstrate in the country? How will they participate in the protests? How will the people calling themselves come in to demonstrate, calling themselves bandits? Let's come to look at it, our differences in religion and our differences in political, ideas, and our tendency of not tolerating each other. When it comes to demonstration nationwide, how can we control it to be peaceful? So that is my concern. That's my worry. And if we don't take care of our own country, who takes care of the country for us? Definitely, it's not too nice for us to have a government that we don't find things easy, but then we need to be very careful with the way we handle the issue. If we don't do that, if we are not careful, we will really fall into victims of those international communities who don't want to see even the relative slow peace we are having in the country. More so, we have a lot of economic resources which are untapped, and those foreign countries will always find it a very easy ground to come and scoop our own resources and do away with it. Come to think of Sudan, very close to us here, they started demonstration just around April last year, 2023, and it was just merely because of increment in the prices of breads of just around 2 naira. And come to look at Sudan today, they have been in a civil war between the president Hamid Hamdan and then Hamid Dagilo. They have now turned the country into war zone. One side of the country is being sponsored by United States of America, and the other side of the country is being sponsored by Russia and Iran. So they have destroyed more than 8 million houses. More than 8.5 million people now are homeless. And almost 20,000 people were killed. Businesses were destroyed. University, the popular University of Khartoum is destroyed. Companies who are producing, pharmaceutical products of international repute and international, standard have been destroyed. There are no companies there. The situation today is 20 times worse and more critical than it was 1 year ago. So Nigerians should always take also dressing from our neighboring African country, Libya, which after the date of Muammar Gaddafi, the destruction of the country continues. Up to date, Libya has become a war zone, has become a war-torn zone. So let's try to control our own democracy, control our own ideas. We can change things in a democratic government using the democratic institutions, the democratic mechanisms. You have a lot of representatives in the government which we don't even talk to them. We don't call them to order. We need to call our members of the House of Representatives to order. We need to call our governors to order. We need to call our members of houses of assemblies in the states to order. We can tell them we don't need this in the government, and we are standing by you. We are standing firm on our words. We don't like it. You must change it in the government. If you don't change it, we will change you. We have a special way of changing democratically elected government. Just 2 years, 3 years, you can use the power of the ballot papers and change them. And when it comes to election, Nigerians should always look for the right and the best persons. We know the best people among us. We need to change the way we do things. We need not to collect money to vote for people. We need not to collect foods and vote for the unqualified people. We look for the eligible and the credible people to vote for them. If you want to vote for good people in the government, try to look for the God-fearing people, the most intelligent people, the most, philanthropic people, the people who have been with you and you know their precedents and antecedents. They could be very good for you in the government. But then let's try to shun violence and protests and demonstration. Although protests are part of democracy, demonstrations are parts of democracy, but consider the heterogeneity of Nigeria, the problems lying on ground. Now, people of Boko Haram want a way to come in. You give them a way through protests. People of IPOB who don't want the peaceful coexistence of oneness of Nigeria, they could come in. The bandits could come in. Foreigners who don't want to see the country in peace, they could come and give you firearms until one side of the country could be south. Another, maybe the Western world could do that. The other side of the country could be sponsored by Russia, for instance, and then the country has become a war zone. They will turn the country into a war zone. And then our resources, mineral resources, our oil resources, our lot of resources which we are not using them could be a very good thing for them to tap and go away with. Please come to think of it very well, young people. We so much love you, we dearly cherish the country, but we will have a way to address the democratic problems if we want it. Thank you.